Good morning. I teach middle school. I'm not used to people talking back to me, like in a pleasant way. It's so nice. This is awesome. Welcome to the Sunday morning worship service at DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church. My name is Mara Southorn, and I'm a member of the Board of Trustees. Unitarian Universalism is a faith tradition committed to creating a just and flourishing world for all people. Our Universalist theology tells us that every person is worthy of love. Thus, when we say, whoever you are, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. This is our message of love to you, inviting your whole self into this space to help us co-create a world centered on our values. We invite you to learn more about us and consider joining this community to enact our values of equity, justice, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity. I have one extra announcement that our membership class has resumed. If you are interested in becoming a member of our church community, please join us today and next Sunday in the Learning Center from 12:30 to 3. A light lunch will be served. Additional sessions will be offered in October and November as well. Please contact Tina Lewis, our Director of Membership and Engagement, for more information. Thank you.
Auction come and we need your stuff now. Easy day, oh. Auction come and we need your stuff now.
Jelly, honey, your baked goods.
Auction come and we need your stuff now.
Game and bike rides through the woods.
Auction come and we need your stuff now. Hey! Auction come and your way. Auction come and we need your stuff now.
Get your buzz on with Jeff and Bob.
Auction come and we need your stuff now.
Wine night, coffee, shish kebab.
Auction come and we need your stuff now. Hey! Deadline come and your way. Auction come and we need your stuff now.
Live or silent, don't matter how.
Auction come and we need your stuff now.
Your donation make Mandy proud.
Auction come and we need your stuff now. Auction come and we need your stuff now.
Make sure to stop by the table in Creeves Hall or the DUUC webpage for details and deadlines.
Now, if you are online, I invite you to greet each other through the chat. And if you're present here, I invite you to turn to someone you did not come with and greet them with a wave and a good morning greeting.
Good morning. We have a very special guest today. Ella Cooper-Malquini will be playing our opening music for us.
We light this chalice to celebrate with, lament with, and care for one another in our community and our world. Because we want to be here with one another, love is not only at the center, but also the opening that invites us to celebrate, lament, and care. Love invites us to revel in our uniqueness, using pluralism as our guide. Love invites us to recognize all beings as sacred and celebrated. Our differences are appreciated and valued. All are equally sacred, regardless in culture, theology, and experience.
Good morning and welcome. Welcome to this place of love, this place of communal flourishing. We gather each week to open our hearts, to expand our minds, and to see the sacred within each other. Come, let us worship together. Please join me in rising for our first hymn.
Side by side, circle of kinship, come and step inside. May all who seek here find a kindly word. May all who speak here feel that they've been heard. Sing now together this our heart's own song. Here we have celebrate days of a lifetime that are small and great. We of all ages, women, children, men, infants and sages, sharing what we can. Sing now together this our heart's own song. Here we have gathered to celebrate days of a lifetime, not too small and great. We of all ages living out our span, infants and sages sharing what we can. Sing now together this our heart's own song. Life has its battles, sorrows and regret, but in the shadows let us not forget. We who now gather know each other's pain. Kindness can heal us, as we give we gain. Sing now in friendship this our heart's own song.
The mission statement of DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church reminds us who we have agreed to be, who we are. Please join me in reading our mission statement. We gather as an inclusive community to grow in character, mind, and spirit, and to transform the world towards fairness, love, and compassion. The vision statement of DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church is our dream, who we wish to become. Please join me in reading our vision statement. We strive to boldly enact our values toward a just world as we nurture our growth to become a more inclusive and deeply connected intergenerational community.
Our vision of beloved community is rooted in the relationships that we have with one another, our world, and creation. Each week we offer the opportunity for joys or concerns to be shared here aloud from the pulpit. Our flowers today were given by Cynthia Boudreau in honor of her mom, Catherine, who passed away a year ago at age 99. With love always, your daughter, Cynthia. Cynthia, we hold you and your family in our hearts as you remember your mom, and may her love be shown through your life always. There was a lot of hard news this week, but the one thing that I want to make completely clear here in this room is that trans people are sacred and holy and loved. And in this space, you are welcome and needed. And with that, I have a blessing from Donicia Brown called Whole Body Blessings. Please join me in a meditative prayer. May you be safe and embodied. You are deserving of reverence now. May the divinity that delights in you remind you of the gift that you are to yourself. Offerings abound in your completion. May you be reminded of your agency and choice, choosing otherwise portents great mystery unfolding. May earth hold you in the spirit of reciprocity. Your being is sufficient. May all directions reveal the wholeness of your origin story. Honorable ancestors of the East, North, West, and South smile upon you in awe. You are ancient cosmologies incarnate. May you be nourished by full-bodied truths that orient you in love and deliver you unto intimacy with your whole canon. Thanks be to the infinite creative ingenuity of your being.
It is time to gather, and I would like to invite all of our young people to come forward and join me up front here. I need you to help me out with sharing our message today. Come on up. Make sure you're able to see the screen over here. So today we're talking about perspective. And a lot of times when you think about perspective, it's this, where it might be a drawing or a picture where it goes off to the horizon. So that's one version of perspective. We're going to talk about some other versions of perspective, because sometimes perspective depends on how you're looking at something. So for this, it depends on what side you're on. Is it a 6 or is it a 9? Depends on where you're at. And it also depends on where you are at. Because the person on the island is like, yay, there's a boat out there, they're gonna save me. And then the person on the boat's going, yay, there's land, there's food. But each of them may not be saved, but in their perspective, that looks like a promising place. It also depends on how you look at something. And maybe it depends on where your eye lands. And this one's confusing because you're looking at it, it's like, no, it's one thing. No, it's the other. Nope, it's one thing else. Do you see the difference? What's wrong with this picture? What's wrong with it? The person's on the wall. So he's sitting in the corner, right? Or is he sitting on a ledge? And then the ladder's in a weird place. So sometimes the picture plays tricks on you. Because is this a bunny or is it a duck? Both? Do you see both at the same time? Or is it maybe when you're looking on that side of it, you go, oh, it's a duck. But if your eye focuses on this side, it's a bunny. But you can say, well, that's just a drawing. It's a trick. It's not real life. Is it a bunny or is it a duck?
It's a bunny. It's a duck.
It looks like a bunny, but what is it really?
A duck.
It's a duck. And the context helps you figure that out because it's in water. You're not going to see bunny in a water like that, right?
Put it in and it's trying to.
So naturally it wouldn't be there, but yes, you could set it in the water like that, and I don't know if it would float. But a lot of it just depends on what you're looking at, maybe what your mindset is at the time, where your eye lands on the picture. Because what do you see? What do you see?
A lady.
You see what kind of a lady? Where's she looking? Looking backwards. So it's a young woman looking backwards. Does anybody see anything else? So maybe it's context. The kids see the young lady. The rest of you may see an older lady. Do you guys see the older lady? Oh, yeah. So a lot of it depends on where you're at, where your eyes land. Sometimes, what are you feeling at the time? So what do you see? What do you see? So a woman looking in a mirror, but also a skull. So it just depends on how you're looking at it. So perspective may be seeing how you look at it, but it could also be how it feels to you. I'm sure many of you have heard the story about the 6 blind wise people and the elephant. So Buddha asked for 6 wise people to come blindfolded and to touch an elephant, to see what an elephant is. So none of these people have seen an elephant before. So one of them touches the tusk, and they go, well, an elephant is like a spear. And another one touches its trunk and says, well, no, an elephant's like a snake. And another one touches its ears and goes, no, it's like a big palm leaf. And another one touches its tail and goes, no, it's like a rope. And someone touches the side of the elephant, and no, an elephant is like a wall. And another one touches its leg, and big leg, and goes, no, an elephant is like a tree. And the 6 people are arguing what an elephant is because they are feeling different parts of the elephant and not seeing the whole picture. So sometimes when you don't see the whole picture, you don't quite understand what it is. And then perspective might have to be how close you're looking. So if you're looking at that and you're like, I have no idea what that is. However, if you step back, you're like, oh, it's a rooster. But if you step back a little further, it's like, oh, no, it's kids looking through a window at a rooster. Well, no, it's looking through a door at kids looking at a rooster. Well, no, we're looking at a building with kids inside looking at a rooster. Or it's a village. Or no, they're toys. It is a person putting together a village of toys, and inside one of the buildings are two little kids looking at a rooster through a window. But wait, no, it is a magazine of toys with a little girl putting together a village with a building in there with two kids inside looking through a window at a rooster. But where's this person? Oh, they are on a ship. So this person is sitting on a ship reading a magazine that has an ad for toys, that has a village, that has two kids inside one of the buildings looking at a rooster. So this is a picture of a rooster, right? I mean, but wait, oh no, this is an ad on the side of a bus. Oh, no, there's something more. We're looking at a TV. It is looks like a cow person looking at a TV outside in the desert. So this is still a picture of a rooster. Yeah, he's sitting outside watching TV. And it's a city scene with a bus with an ad for a cruise line that has someone sitting on the cruise boat with a magazine with an ad for toys. But if we go further back, no, it's a stamp. Look, it's a stamp. And that stamp is on an envelope on some island. But here's the big question. Is this a church or a chicken?
It's a chicken.
It's a chicken?
Chicken church.
A chicken church. All right, well, thank you for helping me out. How many of you are second, third, or fourth grade? Last year, one of your teachers was Mr. Russ, right? Do you remember Mr. Russ was your teacher? Yeah. He is going to talk some more about perspective today, so be sure to listen in. And then Reverend Mandy's going to talk some more too. So today's all about perspective. But for now, let's sing to the children.
Maya Angelou wrote, "Let gratitude be the pillow upon which you kneel to say your nightly prayer, and let faith be the bridge you build to overcome evil and welcome good." Giving of our treasure is how we reciprocate the many gifts we are given by this community and how we live our values in the world. Each Sunday, we offer our financial gifts to both this congregation and to an organization that gives life to these values and makes a difference in the world. This month's special collection is Literacy DuPage, nominated by DUUC member Brenda Henry. Literacy DuPage helps adults who read below the 9th grade level through accessible and customized tutoring that improves their English language speaking, reading, writing, and listening skills. According to the 2022 American Community Survey, 27% of the DuPage County population are residents that speak a language other than English at home. Literacy DuPage helps adults live their dreams through English language skills. As we pass our offering plate, know that this is a vessel that connects us to each other through our gratitude and through our generosity. So give freely your thankfulness in abundance, that our values can forever take hold in our world.
Welcome to the 2025 Russ Manthey Mind Opener Awards ceremony. I am going to share with you 10 vignettes of people who expanded my horizons, changed my perspective, opened my eyes, opened my head, and poured in something good. Please hold your applause until the last award is given. This first award goes to a person who persuaded me to stay in the church when I wanted to leave by saying, well, nothing. He just listened. He nodded, thought, said, oh, I see. Well, I gathered my own thoughts and figured it out. The Silent Salesperson Award goes to Tom Baldwin. This next person convinced me over a lunch of turkey, tetrazzini, and coleslaw at the last DUUC retreat that the church would not go bankrupt when the endowment fund was transferred to the finance department under new church governance. With that lunch, I became a believer. The Crash Course in Church Finance Award goes to Doug Coker-Cowan. This person recoiled at my barging into their conversation group in Creeves Hall between services. Have you ever had that happen? "Excuse me," they said loud enough for all to hear. I never did that again. The Don't Tread on Me award goes to Becky Trombley Freytag. This loving PMA person told me when I described how I was going to keep the agony of radiation therapy for prostate cancer to myself and not bother family and friends with it. And I quote, she said, "If I were with a group of ladies and we heard that, we would label you a macho shithead." I changed my approach. The Tough Love Award goes to Ingrid Marshall. I told this person on Sunday, November 3rd, 2014, that it was Carol's and my 40th wedding anniversary. He boomed back, he was a bass in the choir with me, "Well, we're taking you to breakfast." And he and his wife, did. The Catch the Moment Award goes to the late Art and Sally Friedman. This person opened my eyes to the homeless in DuPage County by mentoring and leading volunteers, including Carol and me, in the PADS program. The Just Follow Me Award goes to Jane Kwame. I did not understand racism at all until this person asked me to facilitate the beloved Conversations program from UUA several years ago. All 8 of us in the class had our heads turned around. The Just Follow the Program goes to Cheryl Clayton. I turned this person down when they asked me to participate in a project for the church. I explained in painful details, after it was too late, the injustices I had suffered when I took on such a job 10 years before. Well, their answer was, "I'm sorry that happened to you." Now, what's interesting about it is I've stopped reliving those griefs ever since. The Get Over It Award goes to Reverend Mandy. This person stitched together the 2015 strategic plan on the eve of its launch by smoothing out its complexities and assuaging its 3 creators into acceptance. We had flip chart pages all over the Learning Center. I never thought it would happen. The Perfect is the Enemy of Good Award goes to Steve Cooper. Finally, this person showed me the ugly origins and current, ongoing, uglier realities of the Palestinian people in a highly credible multi-week program. I will be forever grateful, disturbed, and uncomfortable by this experience. The Inconvenient Truth Award goes to Nancy Roberts. I want to thank all these people publicly, and if I haven't in person, I'm sorry. I have 2 points and then a suggestion. The first point is that each of these vignettes I described to you was a one-time event in my life, okay? But I never forgot it. Number 2, I only came into awareness about these things after Reverend Mandy asked me to share something that changed my mind. Well, I don't know. It didn't take long, and I realized, man, this happened, that happened. So that was a very revelatory experience that made me grateful for so many people in this church. My recommendation to you is, at your earliest opportunity, perhaps the coffee section after this, find someone who had an impact on you in this church. Go up to them, explain precisely what it was, how it changed you, and by all means, thank them. Well, please rise in body or spirit for hymn number 16, Simple Gifts.
Tis a gift to be simple, tis a gift to be free, tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. When we find ourselves in the place just right, we'll be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right. 'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. When we find ourselves in the place just right, we'll be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right.
My first staff role in a UU congregation was as a congregational administrator. Think of our administrator, Sherry, and our membership professional, Tina, and all they did, that was what I did. Now, being an admin in a church may just be the hardest role you can possibly have. And this for many reasons, but mostly because churches are places that people feel comfortable to share strong opinions freely. And in a UU congregation, nobody has an opinion. No, everybody has an opinion, and it's amplified. And for some reason, in most churches, those opinions fall on an administrator. There was not a day that went by that a member would not tell me how they thought I could do my job better or more efficiently. And most of the time, they contradicted each other. And that was just in my day-to-day work. Communications or welcome table procedures. When I got into special projects like an interior design refresh in the sanctuary or the website, everybody had an opinion. And just so you know, people do care about carpet color. Passionately care about carpet color. Our conversation during the website refresh, however, is one that lives very strongly in my mind. The congregation's website had previously been updated in like the early 2000s, you know, when websites had first become a thing. It was old. And the only pictures that it had on the website were pictures of the building. When we launched the first draft of the website, one of the older humanist members of the congregation was particularly disgruntled about the fact that there were no pictures of the building on the website. There were, but there were far less than there had been before. Now, he said that the reason he had come to the fellowship in the first place is because the building didn't look like a church. It made him feel good to be in a building with no steeple. I get that, but I asked if I could offer a counter perspective. You see, when we had first moved to that area, I had checked out the websites of all the local UU churches in that space and had decided to skip trying that church because it only had pictures of the building on the website. I looked at that website and said, well, they don't care about people or relationships. Eventually, we found balance in the new website. Now that I'm a minister, this has completely changed, and I never hear anyone's opinion. Just kidding. Actually, being a minister has given me a different perspective. My very first chosen mentor, Reverend Wendy Pantoja, shared with me shortly before my very first sermon that I should be prepared after the service to hear the multiple perspectives of everyone who listened. That my sermon would feed some people's souls, it would make some people cry, it could make some people angry, and everything in between. I would never be able to reach everyone with the message that I wanted to give. And in fact, some people might pull out a completely different meaning from my sermon than I was hoping to provide or that I might have even thought of. And that doesn't even take into account the differences in preaching to different congregations. In the summer of 2021, I preached a sermon as a ministerial intern about reclaiming the language of sin when it comes to systemic injustice as a way for us to collectively better understand harm and hurt that we do as people. I suggested that we needed to take seriously the need for repentance and change, to do more than just say, I'm sorry, and kind of shoulder shrug when we've harmed someone. And I spent the entire Zoom coffee hour after the service fielding questions and a lot of irate people about the suggestion of using such horrible language of sin. Now, 3 years later, Dr. Mike Hogue came to this congregation from Meadville Lombard Theological School for our Forging Futures conversation and basically gave my sermon in the form of a speech. And you all agreed with him and applauded. Writing sermons each week for 300 plus people tells you a lot about multiple perspectives. Working in a church, being in a community tells you a lot about multiple perspectives. Family systems theory, an area of psychological study that has often been applied to congregational life, will tell you that there's always a tension between the individual and the community, whether that community is family, church, or society at large. We want to express ourselves in our full personhood, and yet we also want to be loved and accepted by our community. There's a constant tension, a push and a pull between the individual and the community. The more comfortable we are in community, the more we can fully be ourselves, expressing our perspectives and our opinions. And yet, the community cannot be focused solely on the individual, or it will lose itself, the community. And all it takes is one person to bully, cajole, or even manipulate through various means to change a community in really horrible ways. And I've seen this happen. Maybe some of you have seen this happen. Community is always challenged to find the balance in the tension between individual and community. But that's even more true of a faith community like our own, where we actually value pluralism, the multiple perspectives of theology, not to mention all the other forms of diversity here. One of the ways that we hold that balance here is through the practice of democracy. We believe that people should have a say in how our community is together. But that doesn't mean that every person gets to make a decision on everything we do. Can you imagine running a church if we had to ask every person what type of plant to plant in the prairie? Or whether the wall color should be beige or blue? Oh my goodness. Or maybe what hymns we should sing on Sunday morning. I bet you I'd get a whole bunch of different answers. Democracy doesn't mean that each person gets to share an opinion or decision on everything. Our governance structure, on the other hand, ensures that through shared leadership, that decisions are made through shared understanding between committees, teams, and task forces that represent you and our expert staff members who are trained, and together they do shared ministry. And that is how we get multiple perspectives in all of our decision making. Now, this is how our church runs its business, so we can make good decisions for our collective whole while honoring our individual understanding of ourselves. But churches, as communities, do something much more powerful, especially churches like this one, whose entire mission statement is a commitment to grow and transform, whose vision statement includes listening to all generations and being inclusive of all people. Communities expose us to other perspectives, perspectives that not only help us see the collective good for all, but perspectives that help us to transform ourselves into living into our full potential. One of the reasons that I fell in love with you all is that not only do you say you'll learn and grow, but you do it. I asked Russ for his reflection today because he has often openly and honestly shared with me how his own perspective has changed after encounters with all of you. I want to be the 60, 70, 80, 90-year-old that can change her mind, see something in a new light, and consider new ideas. I want to be any age and be able to see beyond my own perspective. Of course, that's easier said than done. It requires a particular willingness to be open, and I found that I have sometimes struggled to change my mind, especially in the moment. I am the type of person who needs to sometimes sit with an idea for a while, have more conversations, and then there are just the moments where I need to be hit over the head with a different idea. But there are a few things that have helped me that I am hoping to share with you all today. Cultivating curiosity. Asking questions rather than countering with my own opinion. Learning more about how someone reached a particular perspective. What life circumstances led to that conclusion? What are they seeing that I am not? This also works for me when I know that even when I know my perspective might be the way to go, because it helps me refine my perspective to make it better. Many minds, as they say. Another skill I have found to be helpful is listening to hear rather than listening to respond. And this has been a huge learning curve for me, a skill that I still often work on. Part of cultivating openness to difference is knowing your weaknesses and where those weaknesses stem from. And my family, the one that I grew up in, they like to listen to respond. It's a behavior that's been ingrained in me from a child, and one that I am still learning, to simply listen and absorb information. Another skill is prioritizing voices that are quieter. This means not only those who don't share their opinions often, because we all want to listen to those who are usually quiet, but also those who have not historically had a voice or had it silenced. These perspectives are often the most revolutionary for me because they widen my horizons in unexpected ways based on life experiences that are far removed from my own. Being in community is hard. Balancing the self and the collective, not to mention other individuals present, can be challenging. Yet the rewards are far more numerous and worthy than anything we can imagine. When we open ourselves to each other, we might just find that we are better for it. Rise in body and spirit to sing our final hymn.
Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you. The good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Let a dancing song be heard. Let the music say the words. And feel the sky say words. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Learn to follow, learn to lead. Feel the rhythm, feel the need. To reap the harvest, plant the seed. Let it be a dance. Everybody turn and spin. Let your body learn to be a dance. Morning star comes out at night. Without the dark there is no light. If nothing's wrong then nothing's right. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let the sunshine, let it rain. Share the laughter, bear the pain. And run we go again. Let it be a dance.
This is community, a dance together, a dance to become a beloved community filled with love for all. May it be so.
We extinguish the light of this chalice, but not the light in our hearts. Until we meet again, may the warmth of our community carry you.